If you're anything like me, then you are eagerly anticipating the return of Bridgerton Season 3. I absolutely love the characters, the costumes, the wigs, and of course, the makeup. One of my favorite characters, Penelope Featherington, has a bit of a glow up this season, which is of her own doing, and I think that's super cool and really empowering, especially given the time period. And I knew that I had to recreate her new look as it's timeless and super beautiful. I have a gorgeous model today, Shanse, so let's get started. By the way, I'm Jeannie. I'm a pro makeup artist. I live in Los Angeles. I work with celebrities, beauty brands, and everyone in between. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I did already prep her skin, but I'm going to do just a little bit more because I want to show you all what I used. It's the Naturium Barrier Bounce Cream. This stuff is really great. It looks beautiful under makeup. I did already prep her skin, but I'm just using a little bit more because it's soaked in. And I just want to make sure that everything is moisturized and happy. And then for eye cream, I use the Naturium Vitamin C cream. It's a little bit thicker than a regular eye cream, which I love for under the eye, just to prep it for concealer. I have the Brow Pop here from Kosas. This is in the shade Auburn. I did a little bit of this already, but I'm just gonna go back in and kind of fill in. Sometimes it's good with brows to fill them in and then step away from them and then go back and see where you might need a little bit more. Or maybe that's just me because I can get a little obsessive when it comes to brows. And then I'm using a little of the Kosas Air Brow in Clear just to finish the brow. I'm going to start by prepping the eye with the Tower 28 concealer. I'm going to mix these two shades. I'm going to take it on a brush close. I'm just going to prep the eye for eyeshadow. Take it all the way up to the brow bone. And then taking a clean fluffy brush, I'm just going to blend that out. Same thing on the other lid. And then taking the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette on another fluffy clean brush. I'm just going to take whatever color is closest to her skin tone. I'm probably going to mix these two colors right here because she does have a little bit of warmth in her skin, but she's not quite this color. Just take the white and then we're just going to set that concealer. And what this does is it preps the surface for whatever powder shadow we're going to put on top of it. So then if we go directly in with powder shadow, it's just going to stick to the concealer and then we won't be able to blend it. And then taking the same brush, I'm going to go into a color that's a little bit warmer. So this color, the number 4 color right here, I think they are numbered. They don't have names. Just going to load up the brush and then I'm just going to run this through her crease and a little on the outer V. This is just to warm up the crease because what I'm using next is really wonderful, but I feel like this adds a little bit of dimension to the eye before you start with any real eyeshadow. So this next product is very, very special. It's actually something that I purchased because Kiko did a collaboration for Bridgerton for the new season, and I knew that I had to get my hands on some of these products, so I bought this eyeshadow palette, which is so beautiful. Has these really pretty pinky purple shades with this brown and then this gold topper. So this is what we're gonna use today.
I love Kiko.
I have never used their stuff.
Really?
And yeah, and I used this today and I was like, this is great. So I'm just gonna take this pink shade right here on a clean fluffy brush. And we're just gonna take it right here on the outer V. Just create a little bit of depth on top of that warm color that we started with from the Makeup by Mario palette. This color reminds me almost of like a blush. It's really beautiful. It's this like soft, dusty pink. And also this color is going to look really beautiful with the dress that we're gonna put on her later. But you'll have to wait and see. Stay tuned. All right, going back into the palette, I'm just gonna take this sparkly purple shadow right here on a flat brush. This is from Ilia, it's a shadow brush. Just gonna load it up, tap that all on the lid up to the socket line. I know they probably didn't wear glittery metallics back in that time period, but I also love that they created some shimmery shadows because it makes it modern. So it's like, it's still timeless and has a vintage feel to it, but it's modern at the same time.
Yeah.
Back into the palette with another flat synthetic brush. I'm going to take that beautiful gold metallic. I'm going to place this right on top of where we put the purple metallic. The two of them mixed together is so stunning. Just going to tap it. Same on the other eye. I'm just taking a clean brush and then blending out any hard lines that you might have. We're keeping this simple for the sake of the time period and also just for the sake of doing it and it being easy to do, right? This dark brown matte color on a tiny little brush. I'm gonna grab some, I'm actually going to use this as a liner. We could use it and we could smoke out the eye, but I don't really want to. I want to keep it really soft, not heavy or smoky. Little pencil brush to blend out that top line. Just taking the shadow all along the top lash line and then just blending that out to soften. These are Falscara. I actually have a tutorial that I did featuring these, but the brown ones are a little bit more natural. And when I worked with these the other week, I knew that I wanted to use them for this tutorial. They just look super natural, but they give her that lashy, beautiful, like doll-eyed look. Just gonna take a little bit of micellar water on a wipe and then clean up underneath. I want her skin to look super dewy and delicious, a little shiny, but still like skin. And I knew that I absolutely had to use this product, which is the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. It's so beautiful. So I have a little bit of the foundation mixed on a palette with my IT Cosmetics foundation brush. I love, love, love this brush. And then we're just gonna go in. This foundation has a really nice coverage too. It's like a medium. Basically build it up to a full coverage. But this is definitely giving us that Regency skin. It's a little bit shiny, which I really love. And my philosophy, if the skin looks good, everything looks good. And then just taking the other end of the brush, working it around the nose. I'm going to go in with concealer. She doesn't really need it. We want this to look elevated. We want it to look polished, but we also don't want it to look super makeup-y, at least as far as the skin. Obviously, she has eyeshadow on. She does have makeup on. We want to see the girl, not the makeup, right? For concealer, I'm going back in with the Tower 28 concealer. This is the shade EP. I'm using this on its own for under the eyes, and then anywhere else she might need coverage. One of my favorite brushes to apply concealer is a flat synthetic brush, and then I'll usually go in with something fluffy to buff it out. And just turn towards me and look up if you can. So I'm just taking it under the eye, and what I like to do is I'll sort of feather it down into the foundation or into the face. And I also like to take the concealer up like this to create a little bit of a lifted effect on the eye. And then going in with a big fluffy brush, buff out any edges. To set the under eye, I'm going in with the Laura Mercier Ultra Blur Powder. This stuff is awesome. I was kind of sleeping on it, and now that I've used it, it's in my kit permanently. I have it in a little case like this, and I'm just gonna take a brush, kind of load up the brush, and then tap it off. I like to do this before I set with a powder puff. I like to set the under eye with a brush first. So I'm just gonna take it and then just roll it so we're not displacing any product. Going around the nose, chin. And because we're gonna use powder products, I'm gonna go all around the face very, very lightly. I don't wanna matte out the foundation, but I do wanna set it. I'm gonna take this powder puff right here into the same powder, kind of work it in, and then I like to tap it off on the back of my hand just to really work it in. Sorry, I'm having her look up so much and it's so bright. I'm so sorry. Going back into the eyeshadow palette, I'm going to take this tiny flat brush and I'm going to take a little of the sparkly purple and I'm just going to run it underneath and then back in the palette into the gold. We're going to go over that just to soften it a bit. And because her lower lashes need a little bit of love, I'm going to take the Tower 28 mascara. This is their brown mascara. It's the shade Drift. These lower lashes are coming to life, honey. So I have another product that I purchased from the Bridgerton Kiko collaboration right here. It is the Bridgerton Bouquet Blush and Highlighter Duo in Rose Ecstasy. What I like to do is I actually like to mix the blush and the highlighter together. And what mixing it with the highlighter does, it softens it a bit. It also gives it a nice luminosity. Then you immediately get that glow on the cheek, even though you're using a powder product. And if you need to blend any of the blush, take your foundation brush and just go over those edges. But I want her to have a really blushy, pretty, Regency heroine era kind of look, right? That's what we're going for. We're going for Penelope Featherington 2024. And then also taking the blush palette on an eyeshadow brush, I'm going to take a little of the blush mixed with the highlighter. Go right in the crease, right over what we did. This helps to marry the look, but it also just helps to, I feel like, elevate the eye a little bit too. And then for an extra pop, I'm taking a flat brush into the highlighter, and then we're just gonna go like right in the middle of the eye on the lid to give it a nice pop. I'm gonna do one extra step on the cheek. I'm gonna take No Shade from Tower 28. I'm gonna take some on the back of my hand on a clean synthetic brush. I'm gonna work it into the brush and then just tap And yes, I know there's rules. You don't put cream on top of powder, powder on top of cream, or whatever. I say there's no rules and you can do whatever you want. As long as you apply it the right way. And what using this brush does is it helps to push the cream into the powder without really disturbing it. And now for lips, I'm going to go in with this Moira lip pencil. These are really great. They're super affordable and they have the most beautiful colors. They're mostly nudes, but they range from light to super deep, so it's great for all skin tones. This one is called number 4 Honey Rose. Just gonna line the lips, keep it really easy. Just kind of feathering it, keeping it really soft, and filling in a little bit, just so then there's not that hard line from the liner. For lipstick, I was unable to get any of the Bridgerton collaboration lipsticks because they were all sold out, but I did purchase a lipstick from Kiko. This is number 4. It's just this beautiful pink. This is from Sephora. It's in the shade Brave. I did a tutorial a few weeks ago on how to look naturally flawless, and this was the last step that I did to sort of bring everything together, and I definitely want to do it today because it's just going to look so, so good. I'm taking the Sephora Colorful Luminizer. This is in Rose Quartz. Just going to swirl it in the product, and what I like to do is just set the whole face, and it just kind of blurs. It's almost like you're a walking filter. Just kind of gives that little extra oomph. So we're gonna finish off with hair and get her dressed, and then we'll do the big reveal. Stay tuned. Here is the finished look. She looks so gorgeous. I love how it turned out. I hope you did too. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.